Our consumer panel weighs in on BPA, a food store in New Jersey that weathered the storm. And if you don't know what gifts to give this holiday season, I've got the answers for you. For November 23rd, 2011, this is Food News Today. Good morning. We're now streaming on our Supermarket Guru Facebook fan page and on foodnewstoday.com. If you have any thoughts or comments on today's show or the stories, just tweet me at Phil Lempert or send me a note on Facebook. Immediately following today's broadcast, we will continue the discussion on Facebook. Food News Today is sponsored by ConAgra Foods, who shares with me the desire to provide the most current, interesting, and unbiased food news. Today is National Cashew Day and Eat a Cranberry Day. Do you know any fun food fact that you'd like to share that's better than those? Let me know. If I use your fact, I'll send you a Supermarket Guru canvas tote bag. The safety of BPA has been questioned for decades, and it's back in the headlines. But few really understand the facts. BPA's toxicity was first discovered in 1930, when it was initially found to mimic estrogen and lead to various cancers. But even though its use became and still is ubiquitous in plastics, cans, and tins used for our foods, recently researchers have found that this chemical could be causing behavioral problems in young girls. A study published in the journal Pediatrics found that female toddlers exposed to BPA before they were born exhibited worse behavior at age 3 than those that did not. A new report released just last week by the Breast Cancer Fund documents the presence of BPA in canned foods used to prepare a typical Thanksgiving meal. Now, the study tested some of America's favorite brands and found that a single serving of almost half the products tested had levels of BPA comparable to levels that laboratory studies have linked to adverse health effects. Research by the NIH found that BPA may pose risks to human development, raising concerns for early puberty, prostate effects, breast cancer, heart disease, diabetes, liver toxicity, and behavioral impacts. We surveyed our consumer panel about BPA and found that just about half say they know a little bit about BPA. Nearly 40% say that they've learned a lot about it since it's been in the headlines. 11% say they're not aware of BPA at all. When asked if they avoid certain containers for fear of BPA, 62% say sometimes, but they're not entirely sure how to avoid it. 19% say they only purchase BPA-free products. Now, labeling is also an issue that consumers strongly favor. 92% of the panel would like to see BPA-free labels on plastic, canned foods, and wherever else BPA might appear. Next up, we head to New Jersey, where my grandfather had a dairy farm and I grew up. And this is one of those stories that makes you understand just how important food stores are to the community. Remember that October storm that dumped heavy snow, rains, and winds from Virginia to Maine and toppled electric lines and put 3.2 million people out of power for days, some of which still don't have power? Well, the Teaneck Kosher Supermarket came to the rescue. This grocer gave out 700 hot dinners on the first night and nearly 1,000 on the second, and continued to give more meals to all, customers and non-customers, for as long as the area was without electricity. The store's manager, Yit Stern, explained that the store's owner wanted to spread the wealth after he himself lost power in his home for 2 hours, and he knew what it felt like. On the free menu, rotisserie chickens, fried chicken nuggets, French fries, hot soups, and even hot dogs for the kids. It's a good feeling to try to help the community, says Stern, noting that people even came from the surrounding affected towns. Reacting to his kindness, the grateful people that were interviewed by the local press, who were not current customers, said that they intend to support the store in the future. Good karma all around, reinforcing the unique role of supermarkets as the center of the community. The economy is still struggling, and while I'm sure you want to be generous in your gift giving this year, I'd like to suggest that you think of the perfect gift. the gift of food. Giving food to family and friends is old school and used to be standard, and is certainly more personal than, say, a plastic gift card to Home Depot. I want you to think about homemade cookies, cakes, even non-food items like framed photos or a hand-knit scarf, and they'll be greatly appreciated. These days, we run through stores and malls with expensive and long shopping lists, buying all kinds of stuff that people really don't need and sometimes don't even want. So think about food. Food like a package of dried soup ingredients, along with a handwritten recipe, your favorite recipe, or several flavors of local jams or jellies, or better yet, make your own jam and include a package of scone or muffin mix with it. If the kitchen is a challenge for you, how about a handwritten gift certificate for a homemade meal, or cooking lessons, even an evening with a personal chef? Or what about some potted food plants, herbs that you can use fresh every day and be in your friend's mind and heart every day as well? Get creative. Remember, it's the thought that counts. Thanks for watching. You can always tweet me at Phil Lempert or post your comments on our Supermarket Guru Facebook page. Happy Thanksgiving. And remember, it is that one holiday where most of us eat way too much and start packing on the pounds, and they keep on coming on through Super Bowl as we just sit on those couches and watch the games. This year, be sure to take a walk after the big meal, and, it'll help you get in shape for those manic shopping deals on Black Friday.